I have been wanting to start this YouTube channel for 3 years, which is the exact same amount of time that I asked my husband for a stroller for my cat. And I finally got that this Mother's Day. So I feel like that was a sign that it's time for me to embrace my cringe era and realize that I'm not a normal person. I really am not. So let's document that for the internet. A little over 3 months ago, I quit my job in social work. It was just mentally and physically draining. And not to get too political, but the system's broken. The people that want the help don't qualify for the help, and the people that qualify for the help don't want the help. And it's just this back and forth battle that is really just draining. It's a constant, fight that you'll never win, basically. And I just hit a breaking point with my mental health where I couldn't handle it anymore. And what's interesting about it is before I got the job, I actually looked up, people online just to see if anybody was like documenting their journey about the job. Not that I wanted to do that, but I was just curious. It was I have like a human resources and business management background. So getting into social work was a whole new era. But myself, I grew up, in some foster care and shelters when I was growing up, and I kind of wanted to give back. And people were having mental breakdowns left and right online. That should have been my first sign, but I thought, not me. I am not going to be that person. But being in social work is not for the weak. And, I have extreme gratitude for any of you that do that on the daily, because it's a hard job and it takes a very particular person to not only be good at it, but be strong enough to continue to do the work. When I was really stressed out from work, one of my favorite things to do would be to come home and watch cozy YouTubers. That's like kind of a new thing. That's a buzzword, I know. But I loved it. I myself am like a farming sim, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, Sims 4 player, and so I was drawn to them because of the gameplay. But then I loved just kind of how they romanticized life. And I know that that's kind of a delusional thing to think of, but it was more about the self care and the time that they were spending and dedicating to slowing down and de stressing, reading books and going on walks and learning new hobbies and learning new crafts. And that is just something that I never allowed myself the time and energy to do. I just lived a constantly chaotic life. And so that's where the name Cozy Sabby came up with. I was like, I want to live that life and be on that journey. So I convinced my husband to let me take a year off so that I could dabble into some of these hobbies and I guess kind of document my journey on this channel. The thing about starting a YouTube channel when you're 39 is it's not like a job. It's not like a job where you can build a relationship with your boss and you can show up to work early and you can meet expectations or even exceed expectations. You're working on building a relationship with the algorithm, and the algorithm has commitment issues. So I know it's the Wild West out there, and unfortunately we don't get a paycheck or a horse. So, and for somebody like myself I have a fear of failure. I always have, growing up the way that I grew up, I was the type of person who consistently wanted to overachieve, and I wasn't fulfilling life if I wasn't achieving success. So to rely on yourself and basically the internet, which the internet is, it can be a really great place, but there's also some toxicity. There's people that can hide behind a screen and be toxic. And so that's kind of a scary feeling. And knowing that you have to kind of give yourself the pep talk and keep yourself motivated. And that's the thing about motivation, is that it's something that you have to build, like a habit or a skill. You have to continue to find a strong enough why to keep yourself motivated to keep going. Because if you don't have a strong enough why, then when things get a little bit tough, you're going to give up. And I am just kind of, I guess, a little scared of that, which is why it's taken me so long to finally hit record and start editing a video to put out into the internet. It's not really even the fear of if nobody watches, because I'm kind of doing this for myself, but it's just the fear of like, what am I doing? What am I doing and why am I doing this? I had kind of a Sims bender week. If you know, you know. I am the type of person who I can't even open The Sims unless I have a minimum of 8 hours to dedicate to it. And when I was playing The Sims, I just kind of realized like I am spending more time and commitment taking care of my sim than I am myself. Like my sim's got a job, a side hustle, multiple romantic interests, a beautifully decorated house. Meanwhile, I'm out here ordering DoorDash. I'm getting my ankles bitten off by my cats. And, you know, I'm dedicating all of my time and energy into building marvelous lunches for the two toughest food critics that I've ever met in my life. I still love that though. I still find joy in that. And I'm going to continue to do it. What it really made me realize is that when I decided to quit my job and take this kind of gap year, it was to slow down and relax and take care of myself. And I wasn't doing that. And I wasn't putting my energy back into creativity. I was treating, you know, content creation essentially as this hard, scary job. And I was overly stressing and overthinking about it. And I think we all do that. I think that anybody who decides that they want to create content, I think you get in your head and you get excited and you get these ideas and then you're like, wait, no one's going to like that. I think at the end of the day, we all have to just kind of embrace the cringe. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm deciding that I'm cringy and that's fine. Eventually you will find your people that are cringy as well. So if you like me, I'm just going to say you're cringe too. Just kidding. I'm ultimately not trying to go viral or be really good at anything. I'm just trying to like let myself live, make some ugly craft trays, maybe accidentally give myself some toddlers in The Sims. If you know, you know. I want to take the journey for what it is and be excited about it. So if you're in your who am I without my job era, or you're just looking for a new cozy content creator that is a little chaotic and you want to watch the drama unfold, then feel free to subscribe and stay tuned. My ultimate goal on this channel is to, you know, document my crafts as I try them. I am literally a noob at everything, but I want to try things and see what kind of hits. So if you like some dramatic Sims gameplay, then stick around for that too. Anyways, I'm Sabby and I appreciate you watching my video to the end. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next one.